This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
The views expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of WPSL, but we're the ones who've encouraged you all along to like and share them on your favorite social media and with all your friends and neighbors, because it's time for Joanne's Nutrition World in downtown Fort Pierce to present Joanne's World of Nutrition with Joanne Seeger.
Me with the short hair. I got all my hair cut off. I'm like, I didn't recognize that girl on the screen. Good morning, everyone. Happy Wednesday. I hope everyone's having a fantastic morning. We have a really, really exciting topic of the day. My friend Angela is here with me, and she created, invented, patented the most coolest, can I call it a device? Yes. I can call it a device. You know, I've learned through my business and my wellness center that device is a very special word that you can't just use anytime. So Angela has a device called the Road Trip Potty. So good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Joanne.
So now, my beautiful friend, we need to do some breath work, okay? So we're going to face our mics, and we are going to exhale out anything that doesn't feel well within us, okay? And then we're going to breathe in for 5, because he's an expert counter. But he doesn't
count.
go
That's
very
all there
far.
is to
So
it.
yeah, so we just do 5. So we do 5 in and 5 out for today, because we have a lot of cool stuff to talk about.
I get lost after 5 anyway.
That's right? So we'll just do 2 times. Angela, can you handle it?
I can handle it.
All right, so here we go. Let's everyone drop your
Let
shoulders,
out
sit
first.
up straight, relax.
What's our schedule on it this morning? 3 and 3?
No, we're just going to do 5. 5 in, 5 out. Just 2 rounds.
2 rounds of 5 in, 5 out.
Yep,
That's
and
enough.
hopefully
That's
all
enough.
the listeners, all my loyal listeners will keep going as we start discussing this really cool road trip potty.
yeah. Okay.
All right, everyone. So
Let it all
breathe
out.
out, relax your shoulders, just really breathe out good.
Start on my cue. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 2, 3, 4, 5. In. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Thank you very much,
Feel better?
sir. Doesn't that feel good, Angela?
Feels amazing.
All right. Awesome. So Angela and I go way back. I don't even know how many years, so we'll just say way back.
Yes.
And, you know, I loved her from the first moment I met her. That's when you're supposed to say, I love you too.
I love you 3 times more.
Yay!
Ooh.
And you know, we were just chatting up, and then she's like, yeah, I created this thing. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is one of those things that I usually talk about on my radio show that a lot of females don't really share their woes when it comes to this topic. And I'm going to tell my listeners, because my listeners, Angela, know my whole life story. They probably know my life story better than I know
And
my
they
life
probably
story.
go through some of the same
Yeah,
things.
like some of the listeners will come in, remember when you said 10 years ago? And I'm like, no, I actually don't even remember that. But I remember when I was a rep, and before I bought the business, and I would have to do like nutrition classes all the way to like Key West, or, you know, stuck in Fort Lauderdale traffic for hours, and I would have to go to the bathroom so bad, urinate, and I would have to call my sister because she would distract my mind, because I never experienced so much pain from having to hold in that urine. It was so painful. And one time I had my son's, like, I think it was a blanket or a very thick beach towel. It was something large, okay? And I had to put it between my legs and under my butt and pull my pants down, because I'm in traffic that was bumper to bumper, and I had to relieve myself. And it was really embarrassing, but the pain was so bad. And I was young. I mean, nothing like my postmenopausal bladder now. I can't even imagine having that job. But yeah, so tell us where this idea even came from.
Well, I was living in Los Angeles, California. And if anybody knows anything about Los Angeles traffic, it is probably some of the worst traffic in the United States. As a matter of fact, there have been studies done where Los Angeles has, based on research, the worst traffic in the United States.
Wow.
There's
I
a
see it in the movies. You know, they're always bumper to bumper in the movies.
Well, it's more than just bumper to bumper. There are 6 lanes on the 405 from the airport to San Fernando Valley, and 6 lanes on each side during rush hour traffic in the mornings and the afternoons. All 6 lanes are full, so that's 12 lanes of traffic.
Including car chases.
Yes, including car chases, but it's so crazy because you really can't even do car chases in the mornings and the afternoons because traffic is so bad.
Wow.
So I was living in California and I had to commute, and I found myself frequently in situations where I needed to go to the bathroom. We were not moving. We could not get off to go find a bathroom. Again, Los Angeles traffic, unlike other places where you have lots of exits, there's not that many exits. And once you get off the freeway, you are still in traffic.
Wow.
So a McDonald's is not an option, or a local state-funded restroom is not an option. There were just not a lot of options. And I will admit, Joanne, the towel thing, myself and other women in Los Angeles, we all laugh about the fact that, yeah, we have towels in the back seat because just in case.
Yeah, because again, what other choice would you have before the road trip potty? But I just had another idea, which I know you probably researched all of this, but the garbage workers, like they did that show, that documentary. A lot of the females that are in the sanitation business, they don't have a chance to use the restrooms.
That's
Like,
right.
wow, so many thoughts are coming through my mind now.
So anyone who, if you're a sanitation worker, if you're a rep, a sales rep, a female sales rep, just your daily commuter. If you have children, girls who need to go to the restroom, they don't have options either. And so after starting to have these conversations, and, I've used a towel, I've used other things that are not supposed to be used for urination, but I needed to use something.
Yep.
And those things didn't work. So one day I was extremely frustrated, and I went to bed. I woke up the next morning and I saw what I needed to purchase. I literally saw it. I saw it in my head.
I
So
love it.
I started searching the internet for the thing that I saw, and I couldn't find it.
Uh-oh.
Then I started searching international websites. I couldn't find it.
Wow.
Then I said, wow, well, maybe it doesn't exist. And then I searched the United States Patent Trademark Office, and it didn't exist. So the vision that I had has turned into Road Trip Potty.
I love it. I love it. So did you come up with the name or did you have any help?
I came up with a name through conversation with one of my cousins who lives in Atlanta, with Kimberly. We were talking about the process, and we were just kind of playing around with names, and the name came up, and I knew from the moment I heard the name, this is
Road
it.
Trip Potty.
This
I
is the
love
name.
it. It's very catchy and obviously self-explanatory.
Correct.
So, right? I love it. And how many years ago was that first vision from your dream to how long did it take to get it all complete?
So I took my time with this because I trusted the dream, and I said I was going to trust the process. And so I initially had that first dream in 2013. I got my utility patent and the design patent. I did not go through an attorney to get either of those. I did not release any aspect of the product or even talk about it until I actually had both patents in hand.
Smart.
I went into production. The first Road Trip Potty production was in 2017, and then COVID hit.
Yes. I remember that C word. Yeah.
Yes, yes. So thanks to COVID, it really gave me a chance to evaluate the first version of Road Trip Potty. And we waited to get materials. We went through what most other companies had to go through, the up and down with, are we open? Are we not open? Manufacturing woes and so forth and so on. And so we recently, within actually 2024, we have recently come up with and released the second version of Road Trip Potty, which is a different color, which is now on the website. And we are moving forward.
Well, that's a perfect opportunity for me to put out your website. So if you guys are running in and out of your car and not able to keep listening, go check out roadtrippotty.com. Roadtrippotty.com. Perfect website for the name, right? To see what Angela has there. It's super cool. We can show the camera as well, some things. But so COVID kind of was a good opportunity for you then, because you had time to more contemplate. And what was the difference between version 2 and the original version?
The original version came in 4 pieces. And what we found is that through the manufacturing process, because, once you start manufacturing, you have to follow the plan, because we're working with molds, aluminum molds that weigh 500 to 700 pounds.
Wow.
And
oh my gosh.
yes, and there are specialists who have to learn mold making, and it takes them 10 years easily before, and in apprenticeship positions before they can actually work independently.
Wow, I never thought of that. And that's such a good point when you buy things. It's much more than just slapping it together.
Absolutely.
So,
So the mold that we initially created, once we actually started working with the textiles, we needed to make some adjustments with it, and that's the 4-piece mold. So we actually had 4 separate molds.
okay.
One of the things that really impacted how we made the decision to go from 4 pieces to 2 pieces was the fact that the mold maker and all of my materials in terms of the Road Trip Potty, they are made in the United States.
I love that.
So the original mold maker, he got sick and he did not survive COVID.
Oh.
So the company that I work with out of California, they had to find another mold maker. Well, with the concept of having to complete a 10-year apprenticeship, you're talking about a profession that is extremely difficult to find new people to replace people. And so one person, again, did not survive COVID. Another person that was hired, he had an accident that had nothing to do with the manufacturer, but that took him out of the opportunity to complete the mold, the new mold. And so my mold manufacturer had to wait until he found the right person. And once he found the right person, we were able to take the feedback from customers and create a 2-component system with Road Trip Potty. The biggest difference is, even though the size is the same and the look is the same, the first version was leak resistant. This version, it's totally sealed, which makes it even more leak resistant.
That's awesome. Yeah, you don't have to worry about that towel getting your seat all wet. Gross.
Exactly. And you can put it underneath you with ease, and you can pull it out with a lot more ease. We also increase the area in which the female genitalia rests on it. When we also increase the urine flow hole that makes urine go into the actual device.
You know what I'm just thinking, Angela? I have to tell my father-in-law about this. I bet you the person that runs his practice is coming to my wellness center today to get some treatments, and I bet you they can keep this behind the desk to show the female clients.
Yes.
Wow, incredible. So I just noticed too, that looks much more comfy than a bedpan. Like that looks like something that I would want to kind of sit on to like get some good is it squishy?
It is not squishy.
It looks squishy.
It's made of propylene plastic, and it is not a hard plastic. It's a little bit softer, but the way
Okay.
the design is, it is designed for the female genitalia. So female bodies curve in many places.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. And
Can
so-
we assume that it's warmer than a metal bedpan?
Yes,
Absolutely.
It definitely looks warmer. Yeah.
Yes, yes, it's definitely warmer. So it is contoured to a female's body for that ease, for that.
Okay.
Yes,
I love it. So you literally be in the sitting position in your car seat.
correct. It is
Okay.
designed for women to use when they are sitting in a car seat.
Wow, that's super cool. And now, does it matter if you're more voluptuous or curvy than another?
Actually, if you are more voluptuous, it's better for you
Oh,
because your body, literally the weight of your body and the width of your body will seal into the area for the female genitalia. So it's actually better if you are a little bit more voluptuous.
oh, finally we win a game there. Woohoo! All right. I love that. I love that.
Doesn't come along with any secret diet plans or anything like that. No, not necessary.
Hey,
Nope, not
Don't say that
necessary.
four-letter word
That's
on my
right.
show.
That's right. We're not
You know
supposed to say
that's
that.
banned. Oh my gosh. All right, this is super cool. So I'm sitting here with my friend Angela. She created the road trip potty. And sorry, boys, that you're not included so much in this conversation. But if you have a significant other that's a female, you know this is a real situation. And thankfully, we had someone that, worked on it and created this, right? And if you want to check out the website, roadtrippotty.com. I do have to do a shout out because I keep thinking of all these people that these things tie in. So Harmony Lymph and Pelvic Floor Specialists on Midway, they're incredible. And I want to just shout out their phone number, 772-342-4490. I talk about prolapses and pelvic floor and frequent urination, all these things on the show because they do hinder some of our lifestyle habits, right? And they can cause pain. So your pelvic floor is something that we need to look into. We don't want to wait till something's messed up with our pelvic floor. We want to get it looked at and we want to see if we need certain exercises. And these people at Harmony Lymph and Pelvic Physical Therapy are incredible. Erica is the owner. She's really incredible. I'm going to call Erica about this, put you two in connection because we need to talk about this more.
So, in terms of the medical field, when you do a little bit of research on females and urination, there's a lot more out there for men in terms of research that has been conducted versus out there for women. But one of the things we know as women, for women, and the research proves this, is that the more you hold it, it weakens your bladder.
Yep.
And so we have a lot of women, and not just in the United States, but worldwide, who have weaker bladders because they are accustomed to holding it, because they are fearful. If they consume too much water or too much water at the wrong time, they're going to have to use the bathroom, they're going to have to urinate, and they will not have an option to do so.
That's right. And then they get dehydrated because the fear will overcome them, and then they just won't drink water. Which is,
Exactly.
as you and I both know, very dangerous too.
Yes.
So, wow. Yeah, there's so many aspects of this. It's like my mind is like going crazy right now thinking of all the different avenues. Yeah, especially, yeah, wow. Angela, this is a little more incredible than I even gave it credit for.
Well, there's
so many applications.
there's something else to consider. We talk about health, we talk about women's health, we talk about men's health, but specifically with women's health, a lot of women want to, release 5 pounds, 10 pounds, 20 pounds, 30 pounds. And one of the things that you and I both know is that in order to release some weight, you have to increase your water intake.
That's right.
Women are fearful of increasing their water intake because they have pee anxiety.
Yes.
And pee anxiety essentially is, if I drink this water, even though my mouth is dry, even though I know I need some, even though my lips are dry, I am going to be in a situation where I cannot find somewhere to go to the restroom.
That's right.
Road Trip Potty helps to alleviate the pee anxiety.
I love that. And we don't need pee anxiety. We have enough other anxiety. We don't need pee anxiety. And I know that my father-in-law, Dr. Seeger, he's a urologist. He says even the little bit of urine that goes back up, not out like it's supposed to, can cause some really serious side effects. So I definitely need people to consider that as well, right? So you want to urinate fully and this now, how much can this hold? How much does normally a person pee? You probably know this, right?
Yeah, I know a little bit about it. Now,
A little bit about
a
pee.
little bit. Every body, every physical body is a little different. Men hold more urine than women. And that's why sometimes men laugh and joke and, they call themselves camels, and because they can hold so much urine, and women, well, we just don't hold as much. We're not anatomically made to hold as much. So the average woman, and again, this is just average, the average woman can hold somewhat comfortably 7 to 8 ounces of liquid, somewhat comfortably.
Okay.
However, women can hold it, and it is more uncomfortable, up to about 10, 11 ounces. Now, of course, there's going to be women who fall outside of the average where they're holding less with comfort and discomfort, and they're holding more with comfort and discomfort. But on average, a lot of discomfort, around 10, 11 ounces.
Okay.
Now, men, on the other hand, can hold easily 20 ounces, 24 ounces. And they're
like the size of the big beer they serve at restaurants.
Yes.
What a coincidence.
And there are times, and there's been research that shows that some men can hold it up into maybe 30 ounces.
Wow.
So for women, I designed a device that is able to hold anywhere between 16 to 20 ounces of liquid. And because of the leak resistance, once you urinate in it, then you can remove it from underneath you. It has a spout, so you can let the urine flow. And if you're one of these women who can hold your urine over 20 ounces, then you literally put it back underneath you, continue to void your bladder, and release the urine after you're finished.
Okay.
I have never heard of a woman to date that has been able to do a refill on the Road Trip Potty because they had the ability to hold their bladders, to have bladders that held over 20 ounces of water.
I understand. Wow, that incredible. And you just, you know what? Actually, it is break time, so we're going to take a quick break. But we have lots more questions. And remember, if you want to call and talk to Angela, please do so. 340-1590. If you have any questions about the Road Trip Potty, or check out her website, roadtrippotty.com. I don't know why I had to keep looking. It's roadtrippotty.com. All right, we'll be right back after a quick break, everybody. Center. I am really excited to introduce new guests and topics to my show every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. here on WPSL, where my listeners can call in on any topic. If I don't know the answer, I'll try to find it. We want to help you become the best version of yourself. We'll have naturopaths, coaches. I am looking forward to sharing my years of experience with my listeners so we can enjoy this life journey together.
Visit Joanne's Nutrition World in the Kras Square, formerly known as the Arcade Building, located at US 1 and Orange Avenue, across from Fort Pierce City Hall. Open Monday through Friday from 10 to 4, Saturdays 10 to 3. Taking appointments for the Wellness Center online at joannesnutritionworld.com or call 772-464-3598.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
We now return to Joanne's World of Nutrition, brought to you by Joanne's Nutrition World in downtown Fort Pierce. Once again, here's your host, the one and only Joanne Seeger.
We're back on?
Yeah, we're back already.
We're back already. I'm trying the freaking road trip potty. Hold on. All right. It's so cool.
It's a good thing you're sitting close to the counter.
Look, everybody.
On the other side.
Oh, it looks like a heart.
Yes.
It's really pretty.
And again, it is shaped anatomically based on how a woman's cervix and the can I say booty cheeks?
You can say booty
Okay,
cheeks.
the booty
Oh,
cheeks.
I say things all the time,
Okay.
and Greg will come over and snarl, but I don't care. Yeah.
If it's a medical term, I think it's okay.
Okay, well,
Yeah, it's
use
booty
medical
cheeks. We're going to put in the medical terms.
Yes.
Yeah, book. Yeah.
so it's shaped exactly how a woman's body is shaped. And it's the funniest thing is when I was living in California, after I had designed the road trip potty, I actually went to the beach, and in California, in Los Angeles area, they have these huge like sand dunes. And I remember just wanting to sit and watch the ocean, and I sat down in the sand, and when I got out of the sand, it was in the shape of road trip potty.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. And yeah, I absolutely, this looks totally, and I sat on it, everybody. And honestly, it felt like it helped my posture a little bit, and it felt totally natural, like more comfortable than a
Is
toilet.
it heavy-duty plastic?
Yes, it is. And the weight capacity is about 275 pounds. However, we're talking about not full body, not full standing weight. We're talking about seated weight.
Different.
So exactly, very much a difference.
So pretty much would cover everyone.
yes, it'll pretty
Yes.
much cover everyone.
Okay, yeah, everyone, this is super cool, and it just it feels natural, it feels right. And I know that you have these flyers that do they come with each road trip potty?
Yes. So what you're referring to are the directions.
Oh, directions.
Directions. So we
You can tell I'm
provide
a retailer. Flyers.
we provide very detailed directions, and we even do a little bit of yellow highlighting to make sure that there's the key important parts you do not miss. Because this is new, and new to people, we made sure that any question that we thought someone might ask, it was there, it was provided in the literature. We also have the same information connected to, questions about how to use the road trip potty. Those are also on the website in product information. So we believe that informing people, telling them, showing them how to prepare to use road trip potty is going to be better for them, and they'll have a better experience.
I love it. And I love what you have on the instruction sheet. When not going is not an option.
Correct.
And that's, oh gosh. And any females listening that's experienced that one time, that was enough. One time was enough. That pain, oh gosh, that was terrible. So I'm going to read, because you've been talking the whole show and it's my show. So, I'm going to read some of these features. Okay, so features: patented portable female urinal that stores discreetly under most passenger car seats. That's a great point. Just, you don't even see it.
Yes.
Specifically designed to fit the contour of females, even voluptuous, curvy ones. All right. Leak resistant, Splash resistant so liquid stays securely inside. That's a win. Has a spout to easily void liquid. Made from heat resistant plastic that allows for long term storage in a vehicle until needed. I love that because our cars in Florida get hot, man.
Exactly.
Holy moly. And like you mentioned, as far as seated weight, covers all of us girls. Holds approximately 19 ounces of liquid. We talked about that. Wow, you're being very thorough. Intended for individual personal use only. Oh, well, yeah, I really don't want to share my road trip potty with anybody. Okay, so now back to you. So, these things that you made with it, I
Yes.
think are really adorable. Okay, car seat cover and
Yes.
discretion blanket.
Correct.
Is it discretion or discretion?
Discretion.
You
Yes.
don't want the guys driving the semis to kind of look down into your car and see what you're doing, right?
Exactly.
So the
They'll
discretion
probably
blanket-
think you're like breastfeeding your baby, like, and your boobs are really droopy and low.
that
It's
makes
like,
them just want to try harder.
yeah,
Look,
but really, if I saw a woman with a blanket over them, I would definitely assume there's an infant on their lap.
yeah.
That's where I would
Excellent.
go. And let's just stay with that.
So you're both absolutely right. The reason I came up with the discretion blanket goes back to, and the car seat cover, it goes back to the initial story of how Road Trip Potty got started, with me being in that really crazy traffic. There's some traffic that's not moving, but your bladder and your kidneys are still working, and you're still going to have to go to the bathroom. And again, there is no not going option.
Absolutely.
So what do women do in that situation? Well, you put the discretion blanket over your lap and you still use your road trip potty.
I love it. I love it. So with this, is it like really just like this car seat cover? Obviously it's protecting your seat, right?
Yes.
So these are just things you just lift up your booty and you just slide
Correct.
the two things in and then you just drape the blanket over and scoot your pants down.
Absolutely. That's exactly how it works. So the reason I designed the concept of the car seat cover is because, let's face it, women, sometimes we wait entirely too long before we have to go. Then we get the dribble.
Yep.
And it's the drip, drip. If we're
And
lucky,
God forbid we cough. Oh
Oh.
my gosh. Yeah.
So because we often do not have the ability to control our bladders, because sometimes our bladders are just that weak, I designed the car seat cover so that when women start to move and they know that they have weak bladders, they can put the car seat cover down, which will allow them a couple of more seconds, maybe even an additional minute, to get their road trip potty underneath them without them messing up their car seat or making their car seat wet.
Right.
So, there is a clear strategy in making sure that cars are taken care of and women's bladders are taken care of.
And by going into any store now that this is a real issue because the amount of female underwear that are designed like Depends and all these pads built in, it's huge now.
Oh,
it,
yeah.
it used to be, I remember 30 years ago, I didn't learn any about this in school, so I don't think it was as much of an issue. And the stores would have that one dusty box of the female underwear. Now there's rows and rows.
Rows and rows
it's
of it.
definitely an issue for sure.
So I had the opportunity, I'm going to call it an opportunity, to actually be in a situation where I had to wear the female Depends. And it was, while it was beneficial and it took care of the need, it was very uncomfortable because, and this was before Road Trip Potty was in production. It was very uncomfortable because once you use a Depends or something like a Depends, and trust, I understand that Depends have an amazing use in so many people's lives and homes, and I totally support the concept of Depends. But for a car and for a person who doesn't have to wear a a something like Depends on a daily basis, an hourly basis. The time in which I had to wear one, it was interesting because I found myself literally being in my own urine in a female diaper. And so I needed to remove that. I needed to get rid of that. And then I had to put on another one. And because of the situation that I was in, I went through a pack of those in a couple of days.
And they're not cheap.
No, and so Road Trip Potty is designed to be reusable, which will allow a person to not, you're making one investment, you're using it, and the contents, it's not going into a landfill.
That is absolutely true. I have a friend that has passed away, but I used to bring her to her orthopedic appointments in Fort Lauderdale. That's who she chose to use. And so we drove from Fort Pierce to Fort Lauderdale, and she had to wear the Depends. And she had a beautiful brand new car. And I also noticed that there was a lot of smell on the seats. So, like for me, I never said a word. I never would say anything and embarrass her. But like she would put towels down, like fresh towels, because I would do the driving and she would be the passenger. But the seat really smelled. And so I guess I don't know if it was Depends. I'm using that name, but I don't know what brand she chose to use. But I guess sometimes they might leak.
Well, if you overuse them, because really they're designed for one or two uses. But if you're not changing them to the capacity and the degree that directions say, like anything, it will leak if you overfill it.
Yeah, I mean, just like a child's diaper too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lunas sometimes will hang down, but man, it's definitely not holding it well.
So the car seat cover allows for people, even if you are wearing a female diaper, it allows for women to sit and even use your own female diaper with comfort, because you know that the urine, even though it may seep through your clothes, it's not going to seep through the car seat cover, because the car seat cover on the back side is a particular type of plastic, and the top is terry cloth.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's perfect idea. Perfect. I know that for my dogs, I hate to reference the dogs, but it's a true thing. You want that bottom to be real sturdy because,
Yes.
I mean, to replace car material, that's hundreds of dollars. So wow, you've really thought of everything. Okay, so now we we know the need, we see where the options are, right? So I use it, okay, and I just grab it and then cap it.
Correct. You grab it and you cap it. So
Okay.
one of the questions that women often ask is, if I'm sitting in my car, how am I supposed to get it underneath me? Road Trip Potty is designed for very minimal lift, meaning if you can lift your bum 4 inches, you can use Road Trip Potty.
Oh yeah, I get it.
Just 4
Okay.
inches.
Okay.
So if you don't mind, I will.
Oh, you're gonna
I am.
take my road trip.
I am
And
gonna take-
I gotta admit, I might need to take another break because all this conversation about urine, I'm gonna have to go. So,
Is this sort of like a great Valentine's Day gift? I know it's too late now. but
I know.
It's heart
But
shaped.
Mother's Day, Mother's
Yeah.
Day,
Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Yes.
Wow, I forgot about Mother's Day. So I think everyone should get this for their moms, because moms, especially postmenopausal moms, don't like talking about this stuff with their kids, but they will definitely want it and appreciate it. Okay, so definitely an idea. So we're gonna
I got the
sir,
biggest
after
question of
Angela speaks about
we get
this, we're going to take a quick break because I'm going to use the restroom.
Okay.
I don't want to spoil your brand new road trip potty sample, okay? All right, go ahead, Angela. All right. Are we going to do a break now?
Well,
Okay.
we have to set it up first. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
So, Road Trip Potty comes with the cap. So you remove the cap. Cap is now off. The little yellow spout goes between your legs and faces out. You literally, and I'm in a chair which has arms on it, so it's a little bit more difficult, and most vehicles do not, those seats do not have arms. But I literally am going to lift myself up about 4 inches to the side,
Oh, I see the
and I
side.
put road trip potty underneath me. I can look down and see my little yellow spout, which is exactly what the directions say. And I specifically have this designed so that women are forced to lean forward. And Joanne, please tell everyone why leaning forward is a good idea for women who need to go to the bathroom.
Because it makes sure that all your urine comes out and nothing trickles after.
Exactly. So I lean forward, I urinate, I literally lift myself up about 4 inches. I cap my road trip potty so that I can let the urine go at the most necessary and appropriate time.
That's so easy.
It is easy.
That is so
Now,
easy.
the biggest question so far is the road trip potty available at Joanne's Nutrition World?
Wow, I didn't even think of that. We've been just telling everyone to go to the website.
We can make it available at Joanne's Nutrition World.
Okay.
That's right, because everyone loves to come to visit, right?
They
All
ask for
right,
autographs.
so let's take a break. I'm going to use the ladies' room. I don't want to hold urine and get kidney issues. Okay.
But just in case, you've got one of these road trip potties available just in
I
case.
love you, sir, but I'm not going to urinate in front of you, okay?
Please don't. Please don't.
All right, be right back, everybody. Hi, this is Joanne from Nutrition World and Wellness Center. I am really excited to introduce new guests and topics to my show every Wednesday morning at 10 a.m. here on WPSL, where my listeners can call in on any topic. If I don't know the answer, I'll try to find it. We want to help you become the best version of yourself. We'll have naturopaths, coaches. I am looking forward to sharing my years of experience with my listeners so we can enjoy this life journey together.
Visit Joanne's Nutrition World in the Crass Square, formerly known as the Arcade Building, located at US 1 and Orange Avenue, across from Fort Pierce City Hall. Open Monday through Friday from 10 to 4, Saturdays 10 to 3. Taking appointments for the Wellness Center online at joannesnutritionworld.com or call 772-464-3598. Join Joanne Seeger as she guides the Treasure Coast to health, one person at a time, on Joanne's World of Nutrition, Wednesday mornings at 10 on WPSL.
I am so excited to share with all my listeners all the cutting-edge health topics of today. I look forward to hearing from you. Remember, it's a live call-in show. Any questions you have on health and nutrition, I look forward to answering.
Join us here for Joanne's World of Nutrition every Wednesday morning at 10 on WPSL.
This is WPSL Port St. Lucie, the talk of the Treasure Coast.
Our topic today is a brand new product called Road Trip Potty. To find out more, stay tuned. Right now, let's get back to Joanne's World of Nutrition once again. Here's your host, Joanne Seeger.
Wednesday, thank you for spending some time with us this morning. I have my dear friend Angela here with us today, and we are discussing her device that she created out of a beautiful vision in one of her dreams, and it's called Road Trip Potty, a portable female urinal. This is really cutting edge, guys. This is something that females need, and it works. It's beautiful. It's small. It's, like you said, can sneak right under the car seat. So if you have any, many of my customers, Angela, are snowbirds.
Yes.
And they take long drives. And I know the one time we went to Georgia, I was so thankful that we were in an RV, because then I could just do that and make Matt pull over like every, couple hours.
Yes.
So I am going to put you on the spot, though, okay?
Of course.
Because you mentioned that, yes, I tell all my females to have the perfect pelvic position for urination, right? One of the things I've also learned, besides like tilting forward, is doing a little bit of like a roll, like, and I had a pelvic floor specialist come on the show a few times, and she mentioned that, just kind of making sure no urine was left behind.
Correct.
What happens if a female moves a little bit on the road trip potty? Is it okay?
It is absolutely okay. Again, it has a seated weight capacity of about 275 pounds. Again, seated weight. So most people do not actually sit on scales, they stand on scales. So if you think about, your legs are easily 30% of your body weight. Just do a little bit of math and you'll know that you can easily sit on road trip potty.
Absolutely.
Because of the curved design, again, it's curved for females' anatomy. Because of that curved design, it allows for women to do that slight shift forward, to follow your friend's recommendation on the best ways to void one's bladder.
I love that. I love that. You've pretty much thought of everything. So,
Well, I'm going to say there are things that I've thought of that we're not going to explore in road trip potty. One of the biggest, most frequent questions we get, there's two questions we get. One of the questions is, well, if this is for women, what about men?
Well, we can always go outside and find a tree.
Well, that's
well,
true too,
That's
but
that's pretty much what my mind went to. I know. I mean, with my boys and my husband, they could pull over anywhere.
exactly. And if you see men frequently pulled over, it's not because they have car issues.
Right.
Sometimes there really are car issues, but for many times it's just they're able to just stand with their backs to the road and
And you don't think anything of it.
nothing at all.
Nothing.
So men have a few more options. They have the freedom to do that. They also have there are some devices out there that currently exist, funnels and things like that men use to void their bladders. So because those things are designed for men, it's very difficult for women to use them. Women do use them, and they are very beneficial for women who can use them. But if you're sitting in a vehicle and you've got traffic to the left of you, traffic to the right of you, traffic is just not moving, it's very difficult to void into those because they often do not have a receptacle at the end that holds the urine. Plus, they're not designed specifically to fit a female's anatomy. And let's face it, women, we're supposed to pee seated. Our bodies are made for us to urinate in the seated position or even in the squatted position. I use the word squat and I laugh because we really want to end road trip potty. We want to end the pop and squat, and that's where women pull off the road to the side, open up the car doors, and squat.
Yep.
That happens quite a lot because right now a lot of women don't know about road trip potty. So our goal is to end the pop and squat.
And to avoid that urine going on your foot. Like,
Yes.
it's so gross. It's
Yes.
like I'll be like moving my right leg and then my left leg, and I feel like I'm like playing this little game. Where's the pee gonna go? It's gross. Oh my God.
I've received
Yeah.
stories from women who thought that they were doing the pop and squat in a safe place, and it turned out that they were not doing it in a safe place because they peed on an anthill, and
Oh, ow.
it was problematic thereafter.
Oh, wow. I didn't even think of an anthill. That would be my nemesis. If I
Yes.
get bit by even one ant, my day is ruined. Wow. Okay. All right.
So women, even though road trip potty is designed for women, I have had stories told to me where men have used road trip potty because it has a hole for urination, and you simply just take the cap off and you void into the hole. And there's a
Okay.
hole right there. I had the
And it has enough ounce capacity for a man too. So
correct. I had one mom who reached out to me and said, I brought this for my daughter. My son loves it, and I love it for my son because my son now has a better aim because he has to put a focus on aim because of the hole. And so when he's using the regular bathroom in the house, there is less splash, there's less mess because he's been
love
using the road
that.
trip potty.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So I know you had a funnel picture. Is that what you want to show her?
Well, no, that would be the boys' version. That was like I designed something while doodling. I drew a funnel with a hose,
Yes.
and for the guys.
Well, but that's it's kind of like comical, but not comical. We've all been in this situation, and we know there's a need. So you created a perfect device. So are they available right now?
They are available right now.
Okay, and so if we can bring some of these into Nutrition World, and so some of our locals want to check them out, look at them, see about the material, and may I ask the cost?
Yes. So for road trip potty, just road trip potty, that is $29.99. And if you're getting it shipped to you, that's an additional $7 shipping cost. So for $36.99, you can get road trip potty. And we've been doing some specials. But before we get into the specials, the cost of the car seat cover with road trip potty, that is $36.99, and then there's $7 shipping. So you can get a whole combo, we call that the combo, for less than $40. And then for the discretion blanket, when you add that to it, it's called a kit, and that is $45.99. Again, for something that you're able to use over and over again.
That's a really good price, Angela.
I wanted to make sure that the people who need it could afford it, and make sure that it would be available to those at the price point that was affordable.
And that's the Angela I love. Always, always helping others. Wow, she's an amazing woman. So Angela, roadtrippotty.com. It has all the info on there,
Yes.
and it has the ability to order on there. Okay. Her and I will talk about how we can get them to the store. So you can call me too, 464-3598 for more information. And we do have another minute left. So after you obviously pour the urine out, do you just wash it with like warm water and soap? How do you
Yes.
clean it?
Yeah, just warm water, soap. Sometimes if you want to use alcohol instead, you can use alcohol, but please, no bleach. Do not put it in the dishwasher.
I was going to say.
Don't do that. Please don't. Although it's made from the kind of material that is food grade plastic. So,
Okay. But yeah, so we'll do that. So everyone, thank you for spending some time with me and Angela this morning. We hope you enjoyed the information and you can spread the word about the road trip potty. Have an awesome week. Bruce, oh my God, Bert, I have a friend Bruce that's calling me this morning.
Oh.
Bert will be on with me next week. Have a great week, everyone. Bye, Angela.
bye. Thank you.
Remember
You're welcome.
roadtrippotty.com, and this is WPSL.